Well, hello everybody. This is Bret Fleming here live and direct in my music room with my drum teacher Harry.
Hey guys, what's up?
I just felt like doing something new today. I always strive to tell people to try to do something new every day, and today is my drum lesson, so I just wanted to tell a little bit of a background on how we started playing drums. I actually started playing the drums at the age of 2 years old, and if it wasn't for my aunt Helen, to be quite honest, I wouldn't be in the position that I'm in today, and it's already 2021.
You played it too?
Started playing at 2 years old.
Wow, how did that happen?
It was actually a funny question that you asked. That it was actually a fluke. My aunt Helen, when we were living in Elizabeth, New Jersey, one of the gifts that I got for Christmas happened to be one of those wraparound snare drums that you could. It has that little wraparound that you could put around your neck.
Oh, like a sling or a holster, yeah.
Yeah, and it came with drumsticks, and
nice.
it was a good size, small snare drum. And my parents, they thought, oh, he's gonna play it for a couple of minutes and
Bang on it.
and
Yeah.
and then go to something else. But I was so persistent on that.
Nice.
I did not give up on it, and it's already 2021. It's been a long time since then, and so this is, as I was saying, this is Harry, my drum teacher, and how did you start?
So it's funny because when I was a little kid, I did bang on pots and pans. I do remember that, and I do know that my mom let me do that, and my grandma and stuff. But how I actually started playing was when I was in kindergarten, first grade. I started listening to Green Day and Simple Plan.
Oh wow!
And I loved Green Day, man. I started wearing Converse, and I tried to spike my hair in a mohawk and just be a punk, and basically I was I want to be a singer and a guitar player, because that's the lead singer. I want to be the star, a rock star. And my dad was okay, cool, I don't really think we have a guitar, so I don't know, we have a drum set though. And I was oh really, we have a drum set? He's yeah, it's my old drum set. It's in your grandma's attic. I wonder if it's still there. And we're okay. So we went to my grandmother's attic, and I took down my dad's old drum set, which was just something beginner, old, right? But then also what was there was my grandfather's vintage premier drum set with the zillion cymbals.
Oh.
They were really old and vintage, and they were so old that when the cymbal is leaning up against the attic wall, it was so old that all the heat from all the years leaning there bent the cymbal a little bit. So when you put the cymbal on the stand, it's not like a regular cymbal. It's kind of floppy because it was leaning on its side for so long.
Oh wow!
Those cymbals are from the 40s, and they're super beautiful and huge. It's just rare, very expensive gear that's free for me. And I started jamming on those. And I remember, dude, I used to, when I set that drum set up, I didn't tune anything, and the heads were not even on. They were crackly. And I was just but it was playing on plastic bags, And I jammed out. I used to just play garbage. And you know, I mean, I was a little kid. And then also, my cousin wanted to make a band. This is a funny story, right? Me and my cousins were all around the same age. Wanted to make a band. We had pet turtles, and he loved turtles, so we named the band Mad Turtles.
Oh,
And we always talked about it for years, Mad Turtles. And then, boom, we were like, all right, let's rehearse. And we set up, and we're all like 6 or 7 years old. We all set up our instruments, and we was like, 1, 2, 3, 4. And we just like, it was like noise rock, like doesn't make any sense. None of us knew anything about our instruments, and we just did it. And it was like, that sounded pretty bad, and then we stopped. And that was it. Yeah, but that's how I started playing, dude.
Wow, that's great. So after my my first incident, or as I was mentioning, the fluke that happened, when I finally got to understanding what the instrument was.
Yeah.
I remember watching MTV, and there was one band in particular that I started listening to when I was probably about like maybe 5 or 6 years old. And it happened to be Metallica.
No way. Nice.
Which actually happened to be the song Enter Sandman.
Good song.
I was drawn to the musicality. It was the first heavy metal band that I've ever heard in my life at that time when I was only 6 years old. I didn't even know what heavy metal was.
All you know is like you listen to it and you just want to get up and like, oh, I'm the man, like I'm just powerful, you know? I love Metallica.
And I actually was playing, I was using my drumsticks on the top of I had a toy box of Tinker Toys, and I was banging on the lid of where the case is. And my parents were like, oh, you're really into this. So
You're not even playing with the toys, you're just banging on them.
Yeah, forget the toys.
Yeah.
You know, and then after a while, you know, I would say probably about like after that while passed by, I had my first drum set, which was a Century drum set. And it was like a really nice set too. I got for Christmas probably when I was about, I would say probably like 4 or 5.
First set.
First set.
Yeah. It came with the cymbals too.
Yeah.
Everything was the same brand. It was just there. Yeah.
Yeah, and I was so excited when I saw the drum set underneath the Christmas tree. It was like, I was like saying to myself, thank God I saw that Metallica video.
Oh yeah.
And actually, Lars Ulrich is a person that I grew up listening to as a drummer who was beginning to drum. And I actually, you know, I even still to this day, I still listen to Metallica, still to this day. Lars Ulrich is definitely one of the inspirations when it comes to me drumming. And there's a whole bunch of other drummers that I'm inspired by. But as far as at the timing when I was only 6 years old, Lars Ulrich, who actually is originally from Denmark.
Really? Oh, I didn't know
His father, a well-known tennis player.
that. I didn't know any of this.
Yes. And actually, Lars Ulrich, before he got into the band, he actually started playing tennis himself.
Who knew? Wow.
But a big shout out to all the band members and Metallica, including the original two bassists, Cliff Burton and Jason Newsted, and Lars Ulrich, James Hetfield, to the new bassist who actually,
His name's something Trulio.
yeah, Trulio, yeah, Kurt Hammett. You guys are incredible. If you're watching this, I hope you are.
Yeah.
Once we're done with this, I'm truly big fans. I'm not just a drummer. I'm a singer, songwriter, vocalist. And actually, Harry has his own band that he's involved in. But I personally grew up listening to Metallica. I grew up listening to Ozzy Osbourne, and a whole bunch of a whole array of different types of bands. But one of the bands that really inspired me, as far as music-wise, definitely was, and still, as I was saying, Metallica, but there's not just Metallica, there's so many bands, been so many different groups and so many different artists that inspire me, and so many different drummers that inspire me. Lars Ulrich being one of them. Who else?
Tony Royce, remember? Like, Tony Royce Jr. when he was young, I used to watch other videos and be like, wow. You met him, right?
I did. For anybody who didn't know what Harry was asking me was, Harry was mentioning about Tony Royster Jr., who actually is incredible drummer, and I've actually met him before at a drum clinic in Connecticut. Very fortunate to meet him at the timing when he was only 14 years old. He was 12 years old when he went to his first. He was 12 years old when he did. If I'm correct, it was the Modern Day Drum Festival. He was only 12 years old when he first made his appearance.
He's crazy.
Great. Not only is he a great drummer, but he's a highly respected artist also. And what are some of your influences?
My favorite drummers. Well, when I was like younger and stuff, I was really into metal as well. And I was obsessed with Chris Adler of Lamb of God. Love Lamb of God.
Wow.
Yeah, so much. And I used to have two bass drums, like double bass drums, not just a double pedal. I had two bass drums. And then I loved him, and I loved a lot of jazz. Like I just moved on to like jazz music and everything, and like I was obsessed with like Philly Joe Jones and like Roy Haynes and super inspired by Marcus Gilmore.
I've heard of him.
Yeah, he's the grandson of Roy Haynes, and he's amazing. And I'm super inspired by a lot of people, a lot of bass players too, like Jocko and Joe Martin. I studied with him a couple times. Andrew Surreal, another drummer, amazing, one of my teachers. Colin Stranahan. Yeah, so after going to new school for jazz, like I got an opportunity to like study with amazing players and meet a lot of people that were really great. By meeting those people, I got to just like, oh, are you free? Are you free? Like we play. It all, yeah, just it's for fun, man. It's all for fun.
That's great. And for anybody who's a musician, being inspired by other musicians and doing that you're doing what you're doing, the possibilities are endless. You know, there's so many doors that can open for you. You know, me and Harry, we've had a lot of different experiences, playing with a lot of different interesting people. We've got to interact with a lot of different people. So if you have a dream, don't let it go to waste. You know, if you're just sitting down in your own house, you know, sitting on your couch, doing nothing, I hate to say, but
go chase your dreams, you know?
yeah, and go and chase your dreams. You know, it's not gonna come to you. You have to be the one who wants to have that desire to get that and to want to do those types of things and to, you know, to make something out of yourself instead of just being a person who thinks the opposite way.
And what do you think about like people who have those dreams? They want to be motivated, but they feel like there's a lot of reasons why they're not good enough and stuff, and why they're not gonna be a great drummer, and why they're not this very negative mindset. Like,
I think that just in general, in this world that we live in, we're all not perfect people, and that's a fact in itself. But I will say, for people who are musicians, including drummers, who feel like they're not worth anything, don't ever say that about yourself. Don't ever second question yourself.
and like, I'm sorry.
That's fine.
I feel like if you have a negative like mindset, like I have that, a lot of people do. Everyone deals with it. And if you're feeling like, damn, like I'm not good enough to like do this or that on the drums, like you have to take a deep breath and remember that, okay, maybe you can't do this now, but guess what? Like you have arms that are working, and you have a brain and a personality that is hardworking, and like you can learn how to do that. And it's never gonna be I can't. It's always gonna be like I will one day. You know what I mean? Like that's how I think about it. Like if I can't do something right now, like it's not like I can't do that. It's like I will be able to do that, just not right now, today.
Yeah, like for example, my drum teacher, just before this video, he was teaching me this warm up, which I was showing him. We were talking about triplets, and you know, I usually have a tendency of doing triplets. Usually the way that you would usually hear a drummer playing it, but he was teaching me how to. He was teaching me how to do it in different ways, and just like Harry was saying, you know, sometimes it takes a person a little bit of time to learn how to do certain things, you know, and once you get those things down, then you're going to be able to say to yourself, hey, you know what, I just did what I thought that I couldn't do before, you know, and just keep on practicing, and you know, don't let those things get into your mind.
Yeah, and I learned this a little bit ago when it comes to the drums and musicians in general. If you're having those thoughts, I can't do this, I can't do that, it's actually not the notes or the sound or the rad drum solo that you can't do. It's actually the attitude of practice. Being able to say, like being able to practice smart, get right down to business, take it slow. You're tripping up on something, take that part slow, metronome, and you'll be able to learn things faster, so that boom, that thing you couldn't do, now you can do it. You did it in a way that didn't take you a year to learn that one thing. You had the attitude of, let's go do this slow, let's go do it with the metronome, let's really look at it, and then continue. Now, someone who gets up there, tries to play it too fast, they can't do it, and they say, and they go back and watch TV. I can't do it right now, maybe I'll do it later. Watch TV, come back the next day, can't do it. You know, it's about sitting down and saying, I can't do this. Why? Why can't I do this? Oh, it's actually that one little part right there. That's my problem. Oh, now I got it. Now I got it. And boom, you did it in like an hour. And then you move on to the next thing. I can't do this. Oh, why is that? You know, like. You know.
It's interesting that you say that, because a while back ago, me and Brendan and Lucas were involved in a band that we used to be involved in. We actually went to a Dream Theater concert a while back ago in Connecticut, and I don't know how Brendan's mother did this, but she got to get us backstage passes after the show, and the same thing that you were just saying, Mike Portnoy was saying it to all of us. You know, he was saying, you know, a lot of drummers have a tendency of wanting to do the exact same thing.
Get it done. And then they can't do it, and they.
Yeah, and then you know, it gets all screwed up, and then you know, that mindset becomes different, but you know, taking your time to really value not only the instrument, but valuing yourself as a person who's playing that instrument, you know, and really taking your time to
enjoying the process rather than the final product.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. You know, and just being a musician, whether if you're a drummer, whether if you're a singer, a songwriter, a person who works for any kind of radio station, or you know, just practically anything, you know, just take time in doing what you're doing. You know, don't rush yourself, because then you know, things can, depending on what you're doing and what workplace that you're in. You know, just really take it easy, especially if you're a scientist using chemicals and all that other type of
Definitely
stuff.
want to, be careful with dangerous chemicals.
Yeah. What else are we talking about?
We could talk about some drumming stuff if you want.
Yeah.
All right. How about this? All right. So, let's talk about triplets, like we were. Kind of just talk about the different things that you can do with them.
Right.
Triplets are a sound, a feeling. They can be written, they can be played, they can be sung. They are their own thing. Now, the tempo, whatever tempo you're doing, you can play triplets to it. But there's like so many different ways to play triplets.
As Howard was just saying, keep in mind, there's many ways in playing triplets.
Yes, yes. There's so much you could do. I mean, if you think about it, it's like a Rubik's Cube. It's unlimited. It's just unlimited. You can mix that up any way you want. So if I'm playing like one triplet, two triplet, one triplet, two triplet, these are just singles. Then we could do it with double strokes, right? And then one triplet, two triplet, three triplet, four triplet. You could do a triple strokes. One triplet, two triplet, or what about paradiddles? One triplet, two triplet, three triplet, four triplet, one triplet, two triplet, three triplet, four triplet, one triplet, two triplet, three, four, one, two, paradiddle diddles, one, two, one triplet, two triplet, three triplet, four triplet, one triplet, two triplet. And then there's stuff like right, left, left, right, left, left. And then there's left, right, left, left, right, right, left, right, right. But then you can do that starting on the other triplets. One triplet, two triplet, three triplet, four triplet, one triplet, two triplet, three triplet, four triplet, one triplet, two triplet, three triplet, four triplet, one triplet, two triplet, three triplet, and then you mix it up. You add both.
So now keep in mind, he's counting not only in the right tempo, I mean, he's counting in the tempo of how the sticks are being played when he's counting out loud.
Yeah, it's hard. It's the hardest thing because it's like you're playing another drum.
Yeah.
With your voice, you know what I mean? It's like if you think you can't do the snare and the bass drum at the same time. Once you get that, try and do the bass drum, snare, and kind of loud. That's another drum. Ba ba ooh.
So, we really hope that you enjoyed this vlog today. I know that it was a little bit long of a vlog. I don't usually do vlogs this long, but I felt like it was important that me and Harry show you this, which I'm actually going to be putting on my music Facebook page and my YouTube and my Facebook. And Harry, you have an Instagram?
Yes, yeah. My Instagram is Harry Smith Drums.
So follow Harry Smith Drums on Instagram, and to all my Instagram followers and new followers, just go to Bret Fleming Music, and Oh, by the way, Harry's band is playing on the 24th of July.
Yeah, jazz trio, a Harry Smith trio.
Harry Smith Trio. And then where's that going to be?
It's in Millburn, New Jersey. So any New Jersey people are free. It's on the 24th of July, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. It's an outdoor show. It's free. We're playing some jazz.
That's really great.
Yeah.
That's really great. So it's already been 30 minutes and 29 minutes. So we are going to be getting off this vlog right now, but we hope that you guys have a great day, and we will be back as soon as possible.
Yeah, absolutely.
Take care, everybody.
Peace.